And welcome back, everyone. We're back with God of War boss fight time.
The Wonder Team is here.
Yes.
Like, we literally just did that?
Yeah, we just did a Wonder Team powers, because we're not twins, so we can't be the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's close enough.
Yeah, and
So,
I realized that I couldn't wear rings on any of my other fingers because I have, like, weird...
sausage fingers.
Yeah, and they fit, like, halfway down my hand.
Yeah,
and they don't want to
my
fit.
fingers are a little weird as well.
Yeah.
Like, my index, my middle fingers and my ring fingers have, like, weird diamond shapes.
That is super badass.
Oh, this is actually one of my favorite boss fights. And what's weird is, this is one of the only few places where you can actually call it a boss fight, because it actually has a health bar.
What?
But as you can see, the health bar has armor. And you have to defeat...
Does it have armor?
Yeah, you have to break his armor.
Like that?
Well, sort of. It's actually a waste to use the magic at this point, only because you have to keep doing damage to him until all four of his chest, or all those like things are shooting fire, I think. And you do this like a couple of times before you get to the final form. So this is like a 4-form fight.
I don't like boss fights like that. I'd rather
So you get to that part there, and I was mistaken, and I thought I had to go do something else, but you have to go do the
log.
Yeah,
with the wood.
You don't have to do the log right now, but you have to do the thing. So thank the button mashing.
Quick time
event. Thank you. But thankfully, all it is just
ride that bull.
Yeah, it's similar to the
ride that mechanical bull. Yeehaw!
So basically, all this is similar to the way the what is it? The Medusas, the Gorgons. That's it. So it's similar how the Gorgons do their quick time event with just the stick rotation. You don't actually have to press any buttons, which
that's nice.
Is much nicer than you. But sometimes it's harder than you think.
Yeah, I can imagine. But anyway, back to this ring placement.
Obviously it's a lot longer. But yeah, we have weird fingers. Like my fingers, like my ring and middle fingers are like weird diamond shapes. Like the middle knuckle is just like...
Like, I think it's funny because my favorite superhero is the Green Lantern, so I can never wear like an actual like replica.
Eduardo can't cosplay.
I really can't.
You're done. Oh yeah, and that's what the logs are for. We shoot them at him and break his armor.
Oh, I gotcha. I mean, that's nice. He decided to just run
up to you.
What was that?
Oh yeah, he does that. He runs around the arena.
You know, conveniently there are arenas in ancient Greece for this.
Yeah. So we get to do another stick rotation minigame.
Stick waggle!
And if you notice the top right with where the boss's health bar is, you can see it's starting to get cracked.
It is.
So the more we do this, the more damaged it'll look. Other than his actual character model looking damaged.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been cooler if it was just I hate meters. I'd much rather have a visual representation of what your health is, or the enemy's health is.
I like both. I need both because with visual, it's like, okay, am I really damaging him, or
no? But if it's something like this, it's clear what's happening. Like even with the vents shooting outwards, you know you're doing some sort of damage to
it. Oh yeah, but here's the thing. This is one of the problems with visual. It's like, okay, he had more armor, but you don't, like, you were used to seeing the yellow cracks and whatever in the armor, and now he doesn't have that. You just broke the pieces off, but if you're not paying attention...
Yeah, but of course, like, I mean, if this was designed for that, I think it would have been, like, they would have designed it differently where it was a clearer indication that you were doing damage to him. Like, you have to remember that, too. That it wasn't designed specifically just to be a visual representation.
Right, and look, we are actually, like, destroying his armor one piece at a time from both the health bar and his actual character model.
I like this. See, this is the stuff that I'd rather see, like, that you're slowly, like, chipping away at his armor or something.
And there we go.
And now he's just a muscle husk.
Yeah, He's actually not a very difficult boss.
He's just getting that armor off, really. Like, that's the only thing. And that sounded dirty, and I wanted it too, but...
Eduardo likes getting that armor off.
Oh, you have no idea.
But yeah, the boss fight itself is fairly straightforward. You just gotta pay attention, because he does all these fire attacks and...
Yeah, and I'm sure if you're not quick enough, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, for the difficulty that we're at, along with the, just how over-leveled we are, technically.
And one more log should do it.
Yep, one log will do this. Fire that log and impales him against the wall.
Because clearly a giant log like that will do it. It won't just crush him.
Well, it's sharpened. They're sharpened on one.
Are they sharpened?
Uh-huh.
Alright, never mind. I take that.
Yeah, you can see they're sharpened on the one.
I see that now.
And then
from that angle, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, and then they catch fire and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we defeated the Minotaur, the actual Minotaur. And if we can examine it, and it's already rotting. So it's been here for quite some time.
Just kind of in a state of undead.
Yep, pretty much. And now we get to ascend the tower, get the princess, and all that other fun stuff.
Is there an actual princess?
No, there's no actual princess.
Yeah, see, I didn't think so.
Sorry. I'm sorry if I ruined your
princess in another castle!
I'm here for you, Toad. Senpai! Sorry, So yeah, we basically get some more experience and health and magic and all that fun stuff, but we really don't need it. We got a bunch from the other things. This is what I was talking about with Pathos Verdes. If you read what he's saying, he's now just Pathos Verdes the Third. He's no longer the loyal subject and chief architect, because this is his second son that died during the construction of Pandora's Temple. So he's like, okay, this is not going as well as I would have hoped. So
he had 3 sons, right?
2.
So you
sons.
got both of his skulls now.
Yep. We have both of the skulls of the 2 sons, and you can tell how he was starting to lose his mind, and he's starting to doubt the gods, because both of his sons are now dead, and the first son, we already used his head in a door puzzle already. So we're gonna be using this second son's head in a similar puzzle, because
what's with the sweeping room thing?
Oh, because we get a new power.
Oh.
Now that we defeated the Minotaur, we get the final magical power in this game. And Lord Hades has the weirdest mouth, obviously.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm gonna put a very common misconception to bed right now. Hades is not evil.
No, Hades isn't.
Hades is not evil, except in the Disney movie, because
Yeah.
they needed a villain.
Well, to be fair, every god was evil at one point in the
Yes.
old mythologies. So
Yes.
Hades at one point was kind of the bad guy in some of those mythologies.
Right, but generally speaking, he is just the god of the underworld. He rules the underworld, just like Poseidon is the god of the sea. So we got the army.
Poseidon is much more of a bad guy, I think, than any of the other gods.
Yeah.
He was kind of a dick.
So was Zeus, to be quite honest,
Oh, I mean,
and Hera. Hera was evil. Well, not really evil.
But they were. But that's something I've always loved about Greek and Roman mythology, primarily Greek because Romans pretty much just bit off of what the Greeks were doing. But that their gods were flawed. Like they aren't some all-knowing,
infallible.
omnipotent. Yeah, they were flawed. They killed each other. They loved each other. They hated each other. They fought each other. It's everything.
And
it's
loved
great.
each other is more than one way as well.
Yeah.
Incest was a big thing in those. Yeah.
Which makes you think, was incest more of an accepted thing back then, or?
I don't really know.
I mean, it's
All I
just
do
a
know
strange
is
concept.
all I do know is the Army of Hades is a really awesome power to have, and upgrade that as soon as you can, because that thing kicks ass. Like, you can get some really tough enemies later on in this game, but when you're using the Army of Hades, which summons 4 or 5 spirits, and they just constantly do damage, it is one of the best saviors in this game.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, what is it? The Poseidon's Rage with the lightning and whatnot. That's also really good because that does constant damage. But it's still one of those where the Army of Hades is still one of the best ways to kind of take out large amounts of enemies, especially really tough ones.
Oh, I bet.
So we have now opened the final area that we need to spin stuff in. So we're going to first rotate this room so it's kind of aligned with... This ring is aligned with the room, with the center pillar, because we have to get that crystal illuminated.
So you need
So
that
we gotta
light.
do that first. No big deal. The one thing I do find really annoying is the
Did
gear.
you ever go back for those,
We're getting to that.
Yeah.
That's actually in this episode.
Oh, sweet.
So, the one thing that bothers me is the gear is going in the opposite direction of the floor. Like, it's not going the way you'd think it would go, which is kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. And
I find that a little annoying. I mean, if you hadn't pointed out, I probably would never notice. So.
That's one of the... I've noticed little things like that, and it really bothers me. And I'm doing this for the sole reason of trying to find where I'm going. Only because it's like, okay, am I going the right way? And I'm finding that no. Or yes. Because I completely forgot that this was an internal thing. Like you had the internal ringamabob.
Ringamabob. Is that the
Ringamabob.
technical term?
That is now. It is now the technical term. But now we got to align all these hallways. And if you... like I mentioned in a previous episode, the world spawns in. It's like, oh, okay, there we go. It's just a flat image until you get just close enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they have to do something about the render distance.
I know, but it's actually really creative. It's just really funny that it's like, it's like, hey, flat image, totally real. It's like a Wile E. Coyote tunnel painted on a wall.
Yeah.
That's basically what I parallel it to. But we have both Muse keys, so...
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Since we have both Muse keys, we can now unlock this door. Instead of just appearing, they kind of expand somehow.
Just drop water on them.
Yeah. It's like a chia pet.
Yeah.
So, in this room, we get multiple things. We get lots of actual experience in these chests.
And then what are those? I'm assuming one fills up your health, one fills up your magic.
Yes. See, this middle one is the experience. You get the gift of experience from Zeus. And basically, you just get a ton of experience from this. We're at 11, and now we're at like 16, 17.
Wow.
So that's like
that
5-6 levels of experience. And we get also an upgrade for our magic and another upgrade for our health, and that's the final upgrade. And now we're going to basically be maxed out of everything except experience, which obviously you can't do.
Yeah, it's infinite.
You're right. So that is it. If you want, you don't have to do this, but it definitely helps.
Oh, I'd imagine, particularly the experience part.
So if we read this, it's basically saying, oh yeah, the gods are going to use mercy, but in this one, we're supposed to get this earlier than going to the second sun.
Mm-hmm.
So he
still refers to himself as
the loyal subject and whatever. So yeah, it's we kind of didn't do it in the right order, but whatever.
Order schmorder.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is the most annoying part of this temple, just moving these walls around, because it takes forever.
Oh, I bet.
And ever. And ever. And see, the small gear here, that's moving the right way. It's moving really slow in relation to the floor, but at least it's moving the right way. Minor stuff. I still want to know, like, no, that's the entrance. See, I told you, this is one of the worst parts of it, is just going around and around, because you can't go backwards, you can only go one way. So...
One way.
It's a one-way street.
You may only go one way.
Yes. So now we realigned all these hallways.
After you go through the blade.
And now we get to just do one of these again.
That was easy.
Don't even bother with dealing with them. Just use Medusa's gaze and break them up. That's it.
Oh, that's
Oh, and I'm going to go take this.
Didn't even see that there.
I did, and it was supposed to be blue, and I was hoping it was blue, but it wasn't, and I only got more health that I didn't need, so...
It happens.
But now that we aligned all of these hallways, the tower is now activated. And you know, honestly, this is really bad design when, you know, your tower is causing everything to crumble like this, because...
Apparently it wasn't that... Maybe that's why his sons died.
Maybe. Hey, test this for me for a second. And speaking, how do you reset this?
You don't. I think that the thing is because they don't expect anyone to make it that far, so they're like, screw it.
But like we had mentioned in a previous episode with the Boulder and Atlas's challenge, it's like people got further than that. So how did it reset? Like
maybe
the
they
Boulder
didn't.
And the...
Maybe there was other ways of doing it that got blocked off because they got to those other places.
Maybe.
And through the failures of other people, eventually someone was going to go the right way.
Maybe.
I don't know, just a thought.
Don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there are other ways of sneaking in if they needed to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But that's pretty much it for this episode. We thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
Lord Hades. You know, I haven't been this choked up since I got a hunk of moussaka caught in my throat. Huh?